Hey everyone, I'm Alex. Thanks for clicking, and thank you for learning English with engvid.com. That's engvid.com. In today's video, I am going to give you some vocabulary training. So we will go over 20 common English phrases, and I will give you some example sentences that you can repeat to help you practice your English, so that you can see these phrases in context. What's this I'm holding? All of the phrases that you learned today are from my book called 300 Practical English Words and Phrases. This book includes 300 high-frequency English words and phrases with over 2,000 example sentences. It has common sentences, phrase variations, multiple meanings of phrases, so you don't just get one meaning, but multiple meanings in most of the cases, to be very honest with you. And yeah, check it out. You can get the PDF, the ebook, or this beautiful physical version. Just check out the link that is attached to this video for more information. Okay, are you ready to start? Here we go with phrase number 1. All the time, a very common phrase that you have probably heard, and this means at all times, or constantly, or regularly. So here is an example. Repeat after me. We talk all the time. Good. This means we talk regularly or constantly. Next, the computer is on all the time. This means I never shut off the computer. So that is all the time. Next, once in a while. Once in a while simply means sometimes. So once, like one time, and then there's some time that passes and I don't do anything. So let's listen and repeat these examples. I still play guitar once in a while. Good. And the second example, once in a while we go to the public pool. And now I want you to finish this for me. Think about your life and say, once in a while I visit. Let me know who you visit once in a while in the comments. Another phrase for sometimes is from time to time. For example, repeat, my car makes funny noises from time to time. Next, repeat, we still go there from time to time. And finally, make your own sentence. From time to time, I like to... Okay, good. Tell me what you like to do from time to time. The next phrase is point of view. In writing, sometimes people write POV as a short form for point of view. So your point of view is your perspective, or how you see something. Let's look at these two example sentences. Repeat after me. What's your point of view on this? So you can have a point of view, a perspective on something. And next, repeat. From my point of view, we need to hurry. This means we need to work faster. We need to finish this as quickly as possible. And finally, I want you to give me your point of view on any topic at all. So just complete this sentence in the comments, or just say it out loud as you're watching this video. From my point of view. Okay, good. Let's go on to the next one. To be open to something means to be receptive or to be willing to consider. So, for example, I'm open to having my mind changed. Now here you notice we have a phrase with to, which is a preposition. After be open to, if you want to mention an activity, make sure you use verb plus ing. You can also use other things like a noun phrase, as in the second example. Repeat this one after me. Are you open to other options? Good. This means, will you consider? Can you consider? Are you open to this? Or is your mind closed to this? And repeat, not repeat, tell me in the comments or say it out loud. Finish this sentence for me with anything. I'm open to. Okay. Okay. Yeah? Okay, that's interesting. All right, let's go on to the next one. Now we have two phrases, better off, and on the other side, worse off. So these phrases mean that you are in a better position if you use better off, or you are in a worse position if you use worse off than you were before. So here is a common sentence. It can be he or she. I chose she in this case. Repeat it after me. She is better off without him. This means her life is better without him in her life. So she probably ended a relationship, broke up with her boyfriend. They are no longer together, but now she's better. She's in a better position. She's better off without him. Next, we have worse off. Repeat this one after me. Financially, the company is worse off now. Good. So the company is in a worse position financially than it was before. Typically, we use the verb to be with this. So I am better off. You were better off. I was worse off. I am worse off. So I just want you to answer this question for yourself. You can keep it and say it in your heart. How do you feel? Are you better off now than you were 5 years ago? And if you need to pause the video while you think about this, it's okay. If you have had enough time to think about it, let's continue with the next phrase. This phrase is used to. We use used to talk about the past, specifically to talk about something that was true in the past but is not true anymore. This includes habits or facts or states. So, for example, I used to live in Hamilton. Hamilton is a city in Ontario, in Canada, which is where I live. But I used to live in Hamilton. I don't live in Hamilton anymore. Repeat this sentence even if you didn't used to live in Hamilton. So, I used to live in Hamilton. Good. And next, we used to have a dog. Good. You will notice when you use used to, I'm not saying I used to, okay? I'm kind of just erasing the D, it's silent, and I'm kind of connecting used to, I used to. You could say I used to, but it's much more comfortable for your mouth just to go and link straight to the T. I used to, we used to. So tell me, what foods did you used to love when you were a kid? And actually there should be no D because here we use did. We're using a past simple structure. So when you use past simple questions or negatives, you erase the D. So tell me, what foods did you used to love when you were a kid? For me, I used to love, did you ever have those like Coca-Cola gummies? They were gummies, like gummy candies, but they were in the shape of a Coca-Cola bottle. and they had that Coca-Cola taste. They were about 25 cents for one of them, for the big ones. And I used to love those things. So how about you? Which ones did you used to love? Tell me, and then we can continue to the next phrase. Now we have be used to. So I told you that used to is only for the past. Be used to can be used in the present, past, and future. It's completely separate, okay, from used to. So if you are used to something, it means you are accustomed to it. You are familiar and comfortable with it. It's not new or strange for you. So, for example, you can repeat this after me. My stomach is not used to spicy food. This means that my stomach is not accustomed to it. I don't eat spicy food often, and that my stomach has trouble with spicy food. I probably have to run to the bathroom if I have spicy food. This is not true for me. This is just an example. Sriracha sauce all day, all day. Next, repeat after me. I wasn't used to playing online games. So in this example, I am talking about myself in the past, and perhaps I had difficulty with connecting to the internet or knowing how to start an online game with my friends because it was new for me. So I can say, yeah, it was really weird. I couldn't connect for 30 minutes because I was not used to playing online games. Now, what you notice here also, when you use be used to, if you want to use an activity, don't forget verb ing. Very important. So, complete this sentence for me. I'm still not used to. And in this case, again, tell me something that you're still not comfortable with. It can be weather. It can be waking up at a specific time if you have a new sleep routine, for example. So yeah, tell me that one. And let's continue with the next one, which is another used to word, get used to, which is another phrase that uses used to. So this is a sister phrase of be used to. Be used to, we are concerned with the state of being accustomed to or familiar with something. Get used to, we are concerned with the process of becoming comfortable, becoming accustomed to something. So, for example, repeat after me, she's getting used to using AI. And yes, I wanted to show you that you can say used to using, right? So she is getting used to using AI. You can also say she is getting used to AI. That's okay. And next one, you can repeat after me. I couldn't get used to it. Yeah, and here you can see we can speak about this in the past. We can speak about it in the present, in the future. Like you will get used to it. You will become comfortable. You will get used to practicing English, speaking English more fluently as you go. Now, I want you to think about your past, think about your life. This is a very deep philosophical video. Not repeat, just tell me, it took me a long time to get used to. Let me know whatever your answer is. And don't forget, if you do use an activity, you have to use that good old verb ing, right? It took me a long time to get used to wearing glasses, for example. All right, let's continue. We're finished with used to, be used to, get used to. Next up, we have look forward to. So we have look forward, the direction directly in front of you. And to, this means you anticipate something with pleasure. You are excited about something that is coming in the future. So for example, repeat after me. I'm looking forward to seeing you. Good. Next, we're looking forward to the festival. Excellent. And just like be used to, get used to, look forward to, this idiomatic phrase ends in to, and if you want to use an activity after it, an object, it needs to be, you know by now, what do you need to use? Verb ing. That is correct. Okay, so tell me, what are you looking forward to? Are you looking forward to a birthday party? Are you looking forward to the weekend? Are you looking forward to your retirement, perhaps, or a vacation? Let me know. And now let's continue with the next phrase, which is let's. So you can use let's, which is short for let us. You can use this to encourage others to do something as a group. So this is always an imperative. You're encouraging, you're pushing people to join you in doing something. So repeat after me, let's watch a movie. You are inviting everyone, you're giving a suggestion. Come on, everyone, let's watch a movie. Let us watch a movie together. And next, repeat after me, let's see what happens. Very good. And a very common use of this is when you want to encourage people to move or to follow you or to get up and leave. Repeat after me and we'll go to the next phrase. Let's go. Back and forth. So back and forth means backward and forward from one location or from one person to another and back again. So this way, that way, this way, that way. So for example, repeat after me. We've been texting back and forth. So the communication from one person to another person and back again and back again. So we have been texting back and forth all day, for example. Actually, speaking of all day, repeat after me. I've been driving back and forth all day. This is probably a very specific situation. Maybe this person is moving and they have to move some boxes from their house to their new house and then drive back and get more boxes back and forth, back and forth. They have to drive back and forth all day. Now, I'm curious about your travel time to work. So I want you to tell me, how long does it take you to travel back and forth between your job and your home? So in the morning and then when you come home, how long does it take you? How much travel time do you have? So you can say this as, it takes me minutes to travel back and forth between my home and my job. If you are a student, you can say, and my school. So what is your travel time? Let me know, and then we can continue with the next phrase. This phrase is by oneself. So by myself, by yourself, by himself, by herself, by ourselves, or by themselves. So this means alone or without help from others or from other people. So repeat after me. She lives by herself. This means she does not have any roommates. And repeat this one. I can do it by myself. This means I don't need help. No, I can do this by myself. I have the skills. I know how to do it. Mom, I can make my own lunch. You don't need to make lunch for me. Okay. And a question for you. Have you ever gone to watch a movie by yourself? I don't mean in your home. Have you gone to a movie theater to watch a movie by yourself? I have. I highly recommend the experience. The last movie I saw by myself was Alien Romulus, which was really good because I wanted to see the movie. None of my friends really like horror science fiction type films. I'm glad I went. The best Alien movie since the first one. That's my opinion. So anyway, so yeah, have you ever gone to a movie theater by yourself? And now let's continue with the next phrase, which is step by step. So this means in an orderly way, in a structured way. One step, another step, another step. So you can't rush. You have to go step by step. Maybe you have experienced this when you have read the instructions to something, such as IKEA furniture. Next, I went step by step. I paused and expected you to repeat, but I didn't ask you to repeat. Let's just repeat the second one. Repeat after me. I went step by step. Good. So I followed step 1, then step 2, step 3, etc. So my question to you is, do you always follow instructions step by step? Or do you ever get frustrated and you just say, I can figure it out. I know what I'm doing. I can do this. So tell me, do you always follow instructions step by step? I would be curious to know. Now we have to an extent. So this means to a certain point or to a certain degree, not all the way, not to the maximum, not 100%, but okay, maybe 50%. I think this or I believe this. So for example, I believe him to a certain extent. Like I believe these things that he said, but these things he said, it seems like he's lying. So I believe him to a certain extent. We also have to an extent. I think laws should prevent people from certain actions. Like I believe that freedoms should be restricted in some way. You can't just do anything you want as a human being. So yeah, I think laws should prevent people from certain actions. So just to listen and repeat, let's do the first sentence. I believe him to an extent. Okay, very good. And now finish this sentence for me. I would be curious to hear your answer after you give it some thought. To an extent, I believe that governments should... Really? Fascinating. Okay, let's go on to the next phrase. This phrase is chip in. So if you chip in, you contribute time or money to a group effort. So you contribute, you donate, you give, you volunteer energy, time, money to a group effort. So for example, listen and repeat. Could you chip in for Lee's gift? Maybe someone at work is collecting money for a gift for a coworker, and they want to ask you, oh, could you chip in $5? Could you chip in $10? Like chip, throw, donate, volunteer. And after you help someone, for example, maybe you help someone move, maybe you help to clean up a room or an office. Someone might say this to you, and you can repeat it after me. Thanks for chipping in. This means, yeah, thanks for helping. Thanks for, contributing to the group effort so we can do this. And my question to you is, what is something you chipped in for in the past? So have you ever chipped in for a birthday gift, like a group gift for someone, or have you ever chipped in for a charity, something like that? All right, let's continue with the next phrase. That next phrase is count on someone or something. Typically, it's someone. So this means you can rely on or depend on someone. You can trust them to do something for you. So for example, you can count on me. You can trust me that I will do what I say I will do. So this is a very common sentence. Repeat it after me. You can count on me. And the next one, also repeat it. We're all counting on you. Okay, so we are all depending on you. We're trusting you to succeed in whatever this endeavor is that we are talking about. And in your life, who is someone you can always count on? Now, to answer this question, you would say, I can always count on my sister, my mother, my friend, Jerome. I don't know. You tell me. And we're almost there, guys. We're almost finished. So let's continue with the next one. This phrase is deal with someone or something. So to deal with someone or something means to manage it, to handle it, or how you respond to something. For example, repeat after me. He doesn't deal well with stress. This means he doesn't manage stress well. He doesn't respond well to stress. And next one, repeat it as well. Let me deal with it. Good. This means I will handle the problem. I will manage this. Let me do it. You don't have to worry about this situation. I will deal with it. And a question for you, a question for everyone in these times. Do you deal well with stress? Yes, it's a yes or no. You can say, yes, I deal very well with stress. I don't deal well with stress, or maybe it depends. You tell me. All right, we are just about there. Let's go. Keep in mind. So this means to remember or to keep close to one's thoughts. So if you keep someone in mind, you are keeping them in your mind, potentially as an option for a job. For example, if you are hiring someone and you say, I will keep Brian in mind for this position. I will remember that he's an option. Now, let's look at these examples. So the first one is a little long, so just listen to it. Keep in mind that we need to be done by 7. So maybe your boss is telling you this and he says, or she says, keep in mind, remember, we need to be done by 7 o'clock. Next, we have, thanks for your advice. I'll keep it in mind. So I will remember your advice. I will keep it in my thoughts. So just repeat after me. I'll keep it in mind. I know that I'll is always a little bit tricky. So some people pronounce the I will as I'll, as in I'll, or I'll, like I'll. So both pronunciations are accepted. Sometimes I say one, sometimes I say the other. So try it one more time. I'll keep it in mind. Okay, that's all, everyone. So please keep in mind that you can test your understanding of this material on engvid.com. So check that out. And this is not the only video on engvid.com. We have over 1,000 video lessons for you to check out. We cover grammar, vocabulary, listening, speaking, life advice, anything you can think of, you can find on engvid.com. It is the best place for you to learn about English and to practice your English and to learn how English works. So check it out and let me know what you think about engvid.com. Until next time, thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to like this video on YouTube, share it, subscribe to my channel, and turn on notifications so that I can see you again very soon. Until next time, keep practicing.